From the river to the sea.
Palestine to free.
You know this one. That is not an anti-Semitic thing to say.
That is not an anti-Semitic thing to say.
Okay, we're going to try that again. From the river to the sea.
From the river to the sea.
That is not an anti-Semitic thing to say.
That is not an anti-Semitic thing to say.
Because we are people who believe in freedom, who believe in justice. We like slogans like from the river to the sea. We like imagining that all the people in Palestine could be free. We know that there is no Jewish freedom in Palestine without Palestinian liberation. The rest is a colonialist mirage. I want to read a statement that I didn't write. I'm really proud of my comrades of Jewish Voice for Peace who whipped this up in, 12 hours or something. We as Jewish Voice for Peace Milwaukee feel inclined to speak on the recent controversy surrounding the mural at Holton and Locust, depicting a swastika combined with a Star of David, along with the words, "The irony of becoming what you once hated." First and foremost, we would like to remind our broader community and local media that as an anti-Zionist Jewish organization, we are part of the Milwaukee Jewish community. As such, we have been continuously appalled by local headlines, especially since last October 7th, such as the one recently put out by Sophie Carson of the Milwaukee Jewish Sentinel that refused to... Journal Sentinel. No, we don't control that. That refers to outrage from Milwaukee Jewish leaders over the mural when anti-Zionist Jews like ourselves are not reached out to or platformed to share our own thoughts about such topics. That said, we resoundingly reject this characterization that the Milwaukee Jewish Federation or the Wisconsin Jewish Chronicle speak for the entire Jewish community, when we can assure you that they do not. They are not Jewish community leaders. They are agents of Israel's genocide and anti-Palestinian and anti-Arab racism. They do not speak for Judaism or for Jews. They speak for Israel, and it is not the same thing. In terms of our feelings on the mural itself, we understand why it is polarizing. There is a legitimate critique that can be made about it, particularly concerning the language implying that Jews, whom the Nazis persecuted and exterminated during the Holocaust, have become oppressors, not unlike the Nazis in relation to Zionism in Palestine. It should be made abundantly clear that Judaism and Zionism are two different things, but it is understandable how someone might read the mural as conflating the two. At the same time, it would be foolish to pretend that the state of Israel does not proclaim itself as the Jewish state, and it has used this notion to justify the systematic displacement, apartheid, and ethnic cleansing of Palestinians since the dawn of the settler colonial Zionist movement under the guise of self-defense. Israel co-opts Jewish symbolism and culture while doing this, most obviously in its use of the Star of David on the national flag. Because of this, many Palestinians understandably have a fundamentally different relationship with the Star of David than many Jews do. This has been the symbol used on the tanks, bombs, guns, and soldiers that murder Palestinian children. It has been the symbol branded onto Palestinian prisoners by Israeli police. We find it far more reprehensible and anti-Semitic that Zionists co-opted the historically Jewish symbol as Israel commits crimes against humanity on the people of Palestine than anything insinuated by the mural. For many Palestinians, the Star of David is a symbol that represents violence, murder, and oppression, not unlike the swastika as it was used by Nazi Germany, and this is clearly stated by the mural's artist in the Journal Sentinel article. It is not ours or anyone else's place to police Palestinians as they express their pain through creative means. We understand the intent of the mural. Art throughout history has been used as a means of provocation and transgression, and this particular mural undoubtedly evokes a visceral reaction that starts an urgent conversation. That is the point of the mural, as upsetting and triggering to some as it may be. If you have paid attention to Israel-Palestine, especially since last October 7th, as we have observed the single most well-documented genocide in modern history, then you will know that this is a righteous comparison. And our tax dollars as US citizens are funding it to the tune of $328 billion a year. Just look around you and imagine what that could do in our communities. Zionism promotes racist Jewish nationalism and exceptionalism that we wholeheartedly reject. Existing Jewish institutions are not above criticism when they espouse revisionist narratives and endorse genocidal rhetoric. Holding them accountable does not make someone anti-Semitic.